Welcome back to JW World News, and today is June 11th, 2023. And it is a Sunday today, and it's a bit smoky out. We have forest fires all the way across Canada. This is one of the hottest years in record history, breaking all kinds of heat waves all over Canada. So hopefully soon the rains will come and extinguish all of these fires. The most that the firefighters can do is try to protect towns. And in fact, in one town in northern BC called Tumbler Ridge, the forest fires came in and almost consumed the town. And then the winds suddenly shifted and the town was saved at the last minute. So it's no wonder that in times past that they would look to the rain gods and the sun gods and the storm gods, and they would look to these different gods for protection. And this is how gods came about way back in the beginning of time. So what we ask, are gods responsible today? Do gods monitor things today? So we cover some of these topics on our channel here at Fixing My Faith. My name is Vern, and we host a live every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we host a live on Saturdays. So join us on either live. Saturday, it's at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we cover various topics in the XJW community. I was once a Jehovah's Witness for 30 years. And I tried all kinds of things in the religion, even pioneering up in the high Arctic of Canada. So for today's news, folks, we are covering class action lawsuits against Jehovah's Witnesses here in Canada. So today we're giving a big thanks to Quebec. And Quebec is one of the provinces in Canada. It's probably one of our most prominent provinces in Canada. And of course, a lot of Canada came through Quebec. So here at Quebec, they have authorized a class action lawsuit against the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and we're going to get into that here. Now, I was wondering myself, how many class action lawsuits are there or have there been against Jehovah's Witnesses, and how many of them have won in Supreme Court and had a big payout? Now, I was just doing a quick scan, and of course, I'm new into the channel here, about a year. Even though I was in the Jehovah's Witness religion for 30 years, we didn't follow any of this stuff. So now I'm following it all. And I found that in Ontario, there was a 66 million class action sex abuse suit filed against Jehovah's Witnesses. And that was back in 2017. And I did a little bit of research on that, and it shows it again here, 2017. And there was a form for people to fill out. I don't know if that's still valid. Maybe I haven't researched it too thoroughly. And the next lawsuit I seen is a lawsuit of the week, and it's Jehovah's Witnesses ramp up court battle with BC's Privacy Commissioner, and this was August 19th, 2022. And this was where this was in a petition filed on August 2nd in BC Supreme Court. The Coldstream and Grand Forks Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Canada, and the elders, they claimed the commissioner wrongfully ordered disclosure of records relating to requests made. So two former people from the faith, so two people left, and they wanted their records. And Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't give them their records, so they had to go to court to get the records. So I'm not sure what happened there, but that's all I could find on my quick search of lawsuits and things happening here in Canada. I know over the years there have been many others, but these are ones perhaps still pending. And these lawsuits can sometimes take years. And in fact, we're going to look at this Quebec lawsuit right now. And this was a Quebec class action alleging sexual abuse in Jehovah's Witnesses, and they said it can proceed. And this was back in 2019. Now, I might get some of the names wrong because my English French is not the best, so Pardon me on that. But it goes on to say Quebec's Superior Court has authorized a class action lawsuit against two Jehovah's Witness entities, alleging a culture of silence within the group led to the covering up of sexual abuse. And the action was approved for current or former Jehovah's Witnesses who alleged that they were sexually assaulted as minors in Quebec by either an elder of the religious group or a fellow member. And Lisa Blaise, a former follower of the religion, filed the motion in September of 2017. So that just goes to show you, folks, it takes a long time for these things to work their way through. It's a lot of work. So we really want to thank Lisa for all of her hard work and leading this class action. And here it is alleging she was sexually assaulted by a member of the group when she was a child. Now, the February 27th ruling authorizing the lawsuit cites Blaise's allegation that Jehovah's Witness leaders sought to discourage Blaise from reporting her assailant to the police because she would have risked tarnishing the image of Jehovah. And isn't that the big thing, folks, is if you were in the Jehovah's Witness religion, they were always concerned about bringing reproach upon Jehovah's lofty name. And here we have all of these cover-ups bringing nothing but reproach upon Jehovah's lofty name. So if they would have just been up front and got this all out of the way in the beginning, we would not have this problem today. But here it is. The plaintiff wants to sue the defendants for their failures regarding her protection and the dissuasion from reporting sexual assaults to the police authorities, given the culture of silence present in the Jehovah's Witness community. Justice Chantal Corriveau wrote. So Blaise was expelled from the religious group in 1996. And there's some other articles here. I'll put this link here in my video descriptions so you can look at it yourselves. Now, it goes on to say in a written statement that the Jehovah's Witness Public Information Desk said the class action was authorized on the basis of unproven allegations. And we will consider our options for the appeal, but are certain if this matter proceeds to trial, the facts will certainly show Jehovah's Witnesses report allegations of abuse to authorities, in line with the Youth Protection Act, the statement said. And that's a big lie, we all know. And the well-being of children is utmost importance to Jehovah's Witnesses. You see, that's a statement from their lawyers. And it's a big fat lie. Everyone knows it. So now the action seeks $150,000 in moral damages and $100,000 in punitive damages for each of the members of the class. So that'd be $250,000. And it names the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania, the religion's main legal entity, as well as the Canadian branch. Now, I was looking at pictures of the Canadian branch. We should go on and look at them, but it's old and run down. And it's no wonder they're doing no renovations on this old branch, because they're going to have all these lawsuits to pay out. Can you imagine? $250,000 per sexual charge in the province of Quebec only. That's where this is starting at. And when these things start, they become a domino effect. It just takes one in the world to be successful, get out there, and then it's just a domino effect. And then the rest of the world picks up. Now, the judge notes in her decision that the purpose of the class action is not to put the religion on trial. So this is nothing like the Royal Commission in Australia. This is not what this is about. In Australia, that was where the government kind of put the religion on trial. So this is a class action. The class action does not call into question the beliefs conveyed, she wrote. However, it is possible to submit to the court ways of doing things that may be faulty and cause harm to victims. So that you see, they can bring out the Bible and they can bring out the beliefs from elders' books and so forth in this court. So Sarah Woods, a lawyer representing Blaise, said she had been contacted by several other Jehovah's Witnesses, but does not know how many people will ultimately be part of the class action. And she also noted that the defendants have 30 days to appeal Corrieu's decision. I already have a lot of people who raise their hands, who want to be witnesses, who want to tell their stories, and who know how it works. And the allegations will have to be supported with evidence, with questioning and trial, Woods said, adding that the process will take a few years. So now here we are a few years later, and what's happening? Well, we have some articles coming up, and this one here is I'm just trying to look for a date on it, but it was part of the 2019, but 2022. 2020-22. It's a class action against the Jehovah's Witnesses. So it talks all about this class action. And it says on December 11th, 2020, the Court of Appeal of Quebec rejected the appeals from Jehovah's Witnesses because they appealed it, right? Therefore, confirming that the judgment rendered by the Superior Court of Quebec authorizing the exercise of a class action. So now, if you wish to consult the judgment rendered by the Court of Appeal, you can click here. And so I did click there, and it looks like this. It's all in French, but this is the class action. And it's against the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Canada, of Pennsylvania, of New York, and the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses. So that's how these things get laid out. And so this is all going forth. So it says, please note that if you fall within the definition of the class as described in the judgment authorizing the class action, you are automatically part of the class action. It says you do not have to register. But that's if you were part of it, right? So please click here for a detailed version. So you're going to want to, if you're in Quebec and well, here, I'll read it to you. I'll read it right from the court order. So the court says, right here, this is the court, Canada, the province of Quebec, Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. So the one thing I was looking for, is there any cost to me if I wanted to register? So here it says the class members are invited to communicate with the plaintiff's attorneys, or this French word I can't say, and there's a phone number there. And it says for more information on this class action and on their rights. So you would want to get a hold of them. And these communications are free, confidential, and protected by professional secrecy, of course. So the main factual legal questions that they're going to address are as follows: is did elders or other witnesses sexually abuse minors, including the plaintiff? Were the defendants negligent in failing to take measures, and so on and so forth? It's the same old. Excuse me. So now I'm going to move over to this other article that we pulled up, and it's the authorized class action. And it really goes on to show, are you a member? It asks the question, are you a member of this class? So here it is. It's quite simple. It says a class action has been authorized on behalf of persons belonging to the subclasses. Collectively, they call the class. And that's the main people that are carrying this out. There has to be, when you do a class action, someone has to start it. So that's the major class. And there might be a few people. So now, if you're not a part of that, then you're a part of this. And it says all persons who are or were a Jehovah's Witness and who allege having been sexually abused as a minor by a Jehovah's Witness elder in the province of Quebec, the elder abuse subclass. Or all persons who are or were a Jehovah's Witness and who allege having been sexually abused as a minor by a Jehovah's Witness in the province of Quebec, the witness abuse subclass. So if you're a minor and you were abused, so that a minor would be under 16 or under 18. Could be under 18. I'm not sure. But I think it's in Canada under 16. Now, it says the principal claims. The principal claims in the class action are as follows. There's an order to the defendants, solidarity, to pay each member of the class a sum of $150,000, as we discussed, plus interest at the legal rate and additional indemnity. So you get interest on that. That's kind of nice. That could be a lot. If you got $150,000, if you were a child and you're now in your 60s or something, this could be a huge lot of interest. That could be a lot of money. Now, the order is the defendant's solidarity to pay each member of the class a sum of of a pecuniary damages to be determined on trial. And they're saying that's going to be so there could be more here. So there's an order, and then it says the order the defendants to pay every member of the class 100,000 as punitive damages plus interest at legal rate. So I'm not sure what the interest is. I'm probably wrong, but they're wanting interest on all this. So it would be nice if it was interest from when I was a child, and that would be a huge payout. And because 100,000, not that we want to be greedy or anything, but 100,000 might buy you a car or something. It's a lot of money too. But anyways, if you can imagine, this is the start of it. Coming back at Watchtower, we think of the principle: everything that is hidden will be revealed. And that's what God promises. That's what God says in his word. We could look it up, but we have in many of our other videos. And the other principle that sticks out in my mind is we reap what we sow. So when we think of sowing, what we put out, it's kind of like the law of attraction. What you put out will come back to you. And so in this case, if in regards of the two witness rule and hiding pedophilia within the organization, this is all coming back upon the organization. They're simply reaping what they have sown. And God is just fulfilling the prophecies and the principles that we find in the very book that they defend. So that's all I have to say today, folks, is we do reap what we sow. And if we sow love, we will reap love back. So let's keep doing that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.